Roy, what do you do when you want the TV to go away?
You turn it off.
And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek. Joining me as always is Mikey the Freak.
What's up?
And Steve.
What's going on, everybody?
Oh, Jesus.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
Nailed it.
It was. Nailed it. Nailed it. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie Stay Tuned. But before we get into it, let's check out that trailer, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
There we go. Stay tuned.
The weirdest movie of the 90s.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour, but I have something you want.
I'd say it's the weirdest movie.
I have a little
new
child.
TV?
It broadcast programs no one had ever seen.
Wednesday at 9, don't miss an all-new episode of The Silencer of the Lambs.
Then one night, Roy and Helen Nabel got sucked in and discovered that hell is one TV show after another.
Let's welcome our new contestants, Roy and Helen Nabel!
And they're starring in every show.
I've watched enough wrestling to know one thing. It's all fake. No one ever gets...
One-man game.
Not fake.
Whip your ass.
Not fake.
So the object, Mr. Pierce, is to kill them before they reach the end.
Oh my God, we're cartoons.
I am not a mouse. I'm Helen Nabel. I have two beautiful children.
Mom? Our parents are trapped in television.
Now, they can't go home. They can only switch channels.
Where did he go?
Hey, lady, watch out!
And every series is a nightmare.
That's entertainment.
Because Satan is the sponsor.
Okay, everybody, head spins. Very good, very nice.
Well, time to rock and roll.
Start me up. You got to start me up. Start me
Don't miss this comedy from hell.
Party time! It's excellent!
That'll save her.
Stay tuned.
Where have you been?
That was a good part of it. That was funny. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Nostalgia television. I love
No,
that
no,
part.
real quick, guys. That is the first time I've ever seen that trailer. I have seen this movie so many times, but I never saw the trailer. I only saw the movie.
Wow.
That is so funny.
It is.
It was on
is.
HBO a lot, so we watched it a lot in the 90s
Yeah.
when it came on.
All right, Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit more about this movie? What was your first impressions on rewatch?
Hated it.
Well, hated it. No, that's a completely different. That's a completely different show. No, this is a 1992 classic with a running time of 1 hour and 28 minutes. A husband and wife are sucked into a hellish television set and must survive the gauntlet of twisted. Work with me, IMDb, and go down the page. Twisted shit. It's not. That's not what it says. But IMDb, which is what the show is. It's got a great bunch of parodies. You saw Dwayne's Underworld.
Mhm.
You see Three's Company. You see Driving Over Mrs. Daisy, which is funny.
Northern Overexposure.
Northern Overexposure, yes.
Overexposure.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of great things. I watched this movie a ton as a kid, and I don't know. It always holds a special place, even though I know it's a bit of a bad movie. Mikey the Freak.
Yeah, a bit of a bad movie. Yeah, but it's always good because it has a great cast of characters with Eugene Levy and Jeffrey Jones and John Ritter, and so you add that comedic talent in the 90s to a movie, and it's kind of be corny, But some of the episodes that they jump into they just become funny. You
Yeah.
know, it's a great watch. You know, the wrestling episode, the game show, and the Dwayne's Underworld. You're like, oh yeah, they hit on it because Wayne's World was popular at the time, so they had to make a little parody of it as well. But
well, in 1993, we get Wayne's World 2 being released to the theater. So
Yeah.
hot ticket at the time.
Yeah, so they kind of went off of what was hot at the time, and it's funny the bit of nostalgia with Three's Company, because you know Ritter was on the show in the '80s, or was it mostly?
They didn't even change the name. They didn't even have a name of that one. It was
It
you
said
just
Three's
assume
Company.
it did say Three's Company.
Oh.
I don't think it did.
No, it didn't say Three's Company. He
I
just
thought it did.
No, he clicks into the thing, and then the girls come in and go, "Where have you been?" And then he screams at the camera and goes right out. It's that right there. They didn't need to say Three's Company because that was purely in pocket for the people that were in the know. It's an Easter. It's one of the first Easter eggs you could really say for a movie.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's a fun watch. I don't think you'd have to watch it more than once. Unless you, like I said, unless you want to be nostalgic. I've seen it several times just when it comes on TV. I'm like, oh, I remember this movie. I'm going to sit here and watch it. You know, that kind of movie. But it's a good on rewatch, funny. The kid's acting was terrible. I didn't like the daughter was way over the top, like hated her brother and didn't want to listen to nothing she had to say, and this is my friends, you leave me alone, spaz, and you know that kind of stuff. You're kind of like, that's a little over the top, but I mean it happened. You know, brothers and sisters kind of hated each other in the 90s. They hate each other now. Yeah, so nothing truly changed over the years. But yeah, just kind of over the top type acting when it came to that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more on Helen Nabel. And what was Helen's husband?
Roy.
Roy.
Huh?
Roy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Roy and Helen Nabel. I'd like to see more of them and how they got relaxed until you met him in the like where he's controlling everything in that scene or in that movie. I'd like to see how they kind of got there and how they controlled their destiny at that point. Kind of their
Are you saying you want a prequel to Stay Tuned where they don't go to hell and it's
spinoff? I want a spinoff
of what happens to them after.
Well, Roy and Helen when they actually went into the TV and how they got from episode to episode and how he created his empire in the Casablanca type role.
Oh my God! You literally just said Helen and Roy Naval, who are the main characters.
I'm talking about the Sidon bombs. Jeez,
you're talking about the
Sidon
bombs.
I'm so lost.
So lost. I'm like, did I watch the right movie? What was going on?
Murray Seidenbaum. That's it. Murray Seidenbaum. I was getting the names confused.
Well, we saw what happened to Mrs. Seidenbaum.
Yes. And once she died.
Gaila got her, yeah.
Gaila. Bearded Geek, go ahead.
Well, this was my first time ever watching this movie.
Virgin.
And it was entertaining, but like Mikey the Freak said, I do believe you see it one time, don't need to really watch it again. It was entertaining,
not true.
Campy, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. I wanted to see where they were going next. They turned into cartoons at one point, which was really fun.
Funny Tom and Jerry type.
Yeah, very Tom and Jerry. Even with because they turned into mice, and there was a robot cat, and then a robot dog, and then it was just fun. So it was one of those, yeah. Yeah, and Spike, because Spike,
the dog's there. Yeah.
It was Jeffrey Jones in the movie, Mr. Spike.
Yeah, he was Mr. Spike. There you go. but yeah, I kind of enjoyed the movie. It was a fun watch, but it's not something that like I'm gonna be like, hey, I want to rewatch this movie. I'm not gonna do that.
You will at some point. You're gonna be on like Amazon and you're gonna see Stay Tuned and you're gonna go, you know what? I would rather watch that because you're gonna see that or you're gonna see Mom and Dad Save the World and you're gonna be like, Save Tuned doesn't sound bad.
Listen, if it's between Stay Tuned or say Mac and Me, yeah, I'll watch Stay Tuned again for sure. So that is definitely
Save the World.
You wait till I pick Mom and Dad Save the World, and you have to sit through that John Lovitz. That's another Jeffrey Jones movie.
It
yes!
is.
But yeah, that's where I'm at on that.
Let's go ahead and my notes, jackass.
Let's go ahead and jump into ratings. Steve, what would you actually rate this movie?
8 out of 10.
An 8
for the time.
Ooh.
For the time that this movie was made, and the things that it was doing. This was a parody film that before like real parody films, because this was even before like National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon. This is definitely before any of the superhero epic movie bullshit that they did. This is a good classic fun parody comedy with that you know, every married couple goes through problems, and if we all could just get a TV that would send us to hell to help us learn how much we truly love each other, it would do everybody well in this world. Mikey,
right.
I'd be sucked into the weirdest television shows imaginable.
I'd be sent into the office, but it'd be like the hell version where Michael would go to actually just stab you with a sword. Mikey the Freak, what would you rate this movie?
I'd be in Doctor Who, or I'd just be constantly spinning in the time vortex and can't get out.
That'd be Dr. Hell. That'd be Dr. Hell.
Yeah. Dr. Hell. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. No, I'm more of a 6. I think it's a solid 6. I do like Jeffrey Jones in the movie. I liked his character, and most of his characters in the 80s and 90s. He was a very well-rounded actor. John Ritter is one of those actors where he plays the same type of I'd say character genre, same type of delivery on his characters, like almost every movie he's in. So it's kind of tough to watch John Ritter. I mean, he's a great actor, may rest in peace. But it's very, very hard to watch a lot of John Ritter movies.
When did John Ritter die?
Holy Jesus Christ. 20 years ago last year.
John Ritter died the same day as Johnny Cash, I want to say.
I don't know. Y'all look it up. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a solid 6. I mean, I like the movie like I said, for his nostalgia. I was a kid when it came out. I was 12 when it came out. So it was kind of that funny comedy parody type movies that I loved watching when I was young. I still watch to this day, even though it's been 30 years. But yeah, fun, but a solid 6 for me. What about you, Better Geek?
I'm probably at a 6.5. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I enjoyed all the characters.
That is much higher than I was expecting. I was expecting
really?
like a 4. Yeah, I was expecting like a 4 or a 5.
No, it's.
He said it was funny. It's funny.
It was funny, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed all the characters. I enjoy almost everything John Ritter's in, and then was it Eugene Levy as well? So I mean, just one of those movies. It was. You know what it almost reminded me of, and I think it's because of the satellite ray, it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids almost, but not. And I think it's because of the ray, the
satellite dish.
Satellite dish.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you're calling a satellite dish a ray? You're calling
it shoots a ray, a beam of light at something, and it sucks it in the TV.
You're calling the Sidon bombs the main character. What do we do?
Hey,
we never watched the movie.
Do we actually watch these movies? No one actually really knows.
We bullshit through this entire episode.
There are episodes that we will completely bullshit through.
Some.
Go back and find them. I challenge everyone to go back and find which ones we did not watch. Some of them are pretty
Pretty
obvious.
obvious. You
At least one
disregard-
person usually watches the movie on this show.
One, yeah.
I will say, disregard any episode with Bebo. He did not watch a single movie.
I don't think you did. I really don't think
he always said that. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
And 90% of them he did not watch.
You know, I have to say, look at me right now. I'm kind of looking a little bit like Bebo.
Oh.
You're so wrong.
I will say I think I've watched 90% of the movies that we've reviewed on here. So yeah, I actually watch because some of them I've never seen before.
Well, we've done 100 movies, so you're saying 10 of them, only 10 of them you haven't watched? I think there's more than 10 you haven't watched.
I no, I don't think so. I think I've watched more. I think I've watched.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
let's keep going.
It's around there ish, 10-ish.
20. Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. So now we're done with ratings. Now I got some fun facts. Oh my Jesus.
Are they fun?
They're facts.
That's true.
On the name board in the control room in hell, an office message reminds people that Tuesday is Saddam Hussein Appreciation Day.
I did not see that, and I'm not going back to watch it to find it. Screenshot it for me when you watch it again.
Yes, the animated sequence had been in production for 6 months when filming of the live action portion began. And Tim Burton was offered to direct this film, but turned it down to direct Batman Returns instead.
Good call.
Good call, Timmy. Good call, Timmy. All right, but that is all I have for fun.
So
facts.
that's a good question, though. If Tim Burton would have taken over this movie, I think it would have turned out a lot differently.
It would have been very Beetlejuicy.
Before, yeah, well,
yeah,
Johnny Depp would have probably been in it.
No, it would have been another. Well, Michael Keaton was doing Batman Returns, so he couldn't have done this.
You replaced Ritter with Depp, and there's your movie right there. Steve, what do we have?
Depp and Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
Oh boy, guys, you can buy a vinyl that is 2 separate discs, 2 different LPs. Here is every track off of the Stay Tuned motion picture soundtrack.
27 minutes later.
Main title: Meet Daryl, The Dish, A Bumpy Ride, Sayonara Mrs. Seidenbaum.
Oh, Godzilla.
Gaila.
Fieldwork. Gordon Bashing. It Ate My BMX. Wolf Attack. That's My Bike. Offering to Help. You Have Tits.
Are you going through the entire movie?
You have what?
Fish. Off With Your Wig. Daryl Breaks Through. Redemption. Roy Goes Back. The 310 to Yuma. Roy Gets Shot. Crashing In. The Big Sword Fight. Turn It Off. So what can I tell you? The Imaginary TV Suites. The Game Show. TV Theme Melody. Roy Nabel, Private Dick, and We're Cartoons.
So there's your soundtrack. I will say, as I'm watching this movie, I was thinking, are they going to do a spinoff on Three's Company? And they did, which they did. And there was something. Oh, the Western at the end of the movie when Roy gets shot. I'm like, is it going to have? Yeah, I'm thinking, are they doing Back to the Future 3?
Like the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah,
that was the one. Yeah,
I'm thinking, okay, that's what they're doing, and it kind of was just with a remote control. So might be the
I was like, that's Back to the Future 3. Holy shit!
What do we have for some related reels?
Wow, let's see if I can read my handwriting. Let's go. Eugene Levy played Crowley in the movie. Eugene Levy, great actor. All the American Pies, every single one of them. Best in Show, and Schitt's Creek. If you have not watched Schitt's Creek, it is a great television show. Jeffrey Jones. We did Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We did Howard the Duck. And yes, I put Mom and Dad Save the World. But I don't recommend Mom and Dad Save the World. I'd rather watch Howard Duck or Ferris Bueller. And then John Ritter, of course, Problem Child. He was in Bad Santa, as well as 8 Simple Rules before he passed away.
Bad Santa was his last movie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as we come to a close, Steve, where can people find you on your podcast, sir?
I'm gonna get the finger right eventually. That's what she said. You can
said.
find me on the last podcast you'd want. Tip the veal, try the staff. Thank you all for coming, and if you didn't, better luck next time.
I'll get that right sooner or later.
Make sure you check out all the other shows here on Back to the Retro Review. I'm sorry, not all the other shows, but make sure you do all the YouTuber things, I should say. Give us a good old thumbing. Hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you thought of this movie. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, go see it and then tell us what you think of it.
What was your favorite episode?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Yes. What was your favorite scene and why?
Yes, that's a good question to ask. Make sure you check out the Mod Squad Network, which is the sister channel to Back to the Retro Review, where we have a horror show, a movie show, a gamer show, a conversation show, and we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway. All right, that does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. So for Mikey the Freak and Steve, I am the Bearded Geek saying, if I don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.
See ya.